The story starts in the desert, where dacoits are chasing two vehicles carrying medical equipment. Suddenly, Clara's car gets stuck on a rock. Her friend asks Clara to come and sit in his car, but Clara refuses, saying she cannot leave behind these vaccines meant for children. Her friend then pushes Clara's car from behind, freeing it from the rock. As soon as Clara and Fred escape, the robbers stop their pursuit. Clara and Fred work as transporters, moving goods from one place to another, which involves a lot of risk. Fred asks Clara why she takes such dangerous work, and Clara replies that she has no one in this world and enjoys doing it. At night, Fred is talking to his brother Alex while driving down a road where a protest against the government is taking place. Fred then goes to meet one of his clients, Wald, who is a drug dealer. Wald asks Fred to help transport the drugs. Wald takes some money from his safe and gives it to Fred. Fred also notices the large amount of money in the safe. Suddenly, the entire police team arrives to raid Wald's house. Wald tries to bribe the officers, offering to make them rich if they join forces with him. However, since Wald is a most wanted criminal, the police shoot him. A dangerous fight breaks out between Wald's men and the police, and Fred gets caught in the crossfire. He kills all the officers and then returns home. Once there, he tells his brother Alex that the client he had just met was killed, but there is still a lot of money in the safe. Alex, who used to demolish large buildings with bombs and specializes in breaking safes, listens as Fred suggests that if they take the money, they can leave and start a new life. Alex agrees and prepares to join his brother. The scene then shifts to a few days later, where Fred and his niece visiting his brother's wife Asha. While they are talking, a fire suddenly erupts at the gas station in the area, causing a massive explosion. Meanwhile, on the other side, Alex is seen fighting in prison. Alex gets into an argument with the prison warden and ends up badly beating him. The guards rush in, forcing everyone to surrender and arrest Alex. Later that night, the warden confronts Alex in his cell, saying that because he caused trouble and disrupted the prison, he must fight 7 more fights as punishment. Alex refuses, but the warden warns him that anyone who doesn't obey him is worthless in prison. The warden then issues a stern warning, telling Alex to be cautious. The story then flashes back to when Alex and his brother Fred found the safe at Wald's house. Alex was preparing to blow up the safe with a bomb, while Fred kept watch outside. Suddenly, a police unit arrived and spotted Alex in the house. The bomb Alex planted exploded, killing 2 officers, and all the casualties from that incident were blamed on Alex, which is why he is now in jail. Meanwhile, on the other side, government officials visit and the royal company's secretary to discuss the recent fire at the gas station in town. The government officer offers and 1 million, explaining that nitroglycerin is urgently needed to extinguish the fire in the desert. If the fire isn't stopped, it will spread to another gas station near the town, endangering many lives. The officer asks if she can handle the task, and then assures him it will be done, and then goes to meet Fred for this mission. She asks him to bring nitroglycerin from 800 kilometers away, emphasizing how volatile and dangerous it is, as even 1 milligram can cause a massive explosion. Realizing the risk, Fred initially refuses to take on the mission, and then makes him an enticing offer. If he cooperate, his brother will be released from the prison. Hearing this, Alex's wife persuades Fred to accept. After some thought, Fred agrees to go, teaming up with Clara and Anne's associate, Jibril. Meanwhile, Alex is released from jail. At the same time, Fred and his team are traveling by helicopter for their mission when a group of dacoits launches a missile at their chopper. The group manages to gather in one spot after the crash. When Alex sees Fred, he punches him, blaming him for the speed that got him imprisoned. Gautier then briefs everyone, explaining that they need to collect 200 kilograms of nitroglycerin from the factory. They'll use 100 kilograms to blow up the gas station, completely extinguishing the fire and saving the village, while the remaining 100 kilograms will be handed over to a dealer. To avoid detection during transport, they place NGO stickers on all their vehicles, and they head out. The next morning, the team arrives at the nitroglycerin factory. They tie up the guards and begin loading the nitro ammo onto a truck, carefully moving all 200 kilograms. However, there's one last nitro canister that Alex places on top of a drum. Everyone gets into the vehicles and prepares to leave the factory. Just then, one of the guards manages to untie himself and attacks them. Suddenly, a glass container of nitroglycerin falls, causing a massive explosion that destroys the entire factory. Fred and his team are devastated as they witness the loss of all their men. Moving forward a short distance, they encounter a roadblock. Fred initially believes it might be the army, but men with guns emerge from the hills. These are dacoits known for either extorting money or killing their victims. The dacoit leader approaches Gautier and demands to see his ID. Gautier complies, but the leader insists they must pay to cross the border. Gautier refuses, saying they won't hand over a single penny. The dacoit leader grows suspicious and insists on checking the truck. Gautier denies permission, which raises more doubts. Just then, Clara's friend steps out of the car, claiming they are from an NGO. The situation remains tense as the atmosphere heats up. Jibril is suddenly shot in the neck and dies. In response, Fred's men launch an attack, and after a chaotic struggle, they manage to escape, but the mobsters chase them down. A fierce shootout erupts, with Fred's team eventually taking down all the mobsters. However, in a fit of rage, Clara turns on Gautier because his carelessness puts all of them in trouble. Meanwhile, the gas leak at the town station is worsening. As Fred's group continues moving forward with the nitroglycerin, the car ahead suddenly explodes. Everyone assumes it was an attack and grabs their guns. But Alex realizes they're actually in a minefield, with landmines scattered all around. Alex takes a chain from his truck, securing one end, while Fred holds the other, and they cautiously advance, using the chain to detect mines. Along the way, they manage to find and remove a landmine, but Fred accidentally steps on one. He tells Alex to leave him, but Alex refuses. Alex pulls Fred forcefully, trying to save him, and just then, a sniper appears and opens fire. Alex quickly shoots the sniper, killing him. The team splits up from there. Fred and Gautier head in one direction, while Clara and Alex take the other truck. Alex and Gautier drive ahead until they encounter an oil pipe crossing the road. Gautier checks its depth to ensure they can drive the truck across safely. Meanwhile, Clara and Alex face a massive stone blocking their path. Using nitro ammo, Alex blows up the stone, clearing the way. As soon as Gautier crosses the river, he turns on Fred, holding him at gunpoint. He declares, "Fewer men, more money," and shoots at Alex, leaving alone with the truck. Clara and Alex arrive at the riverbank, cross the river, and notice that Fred and Gautier are already far ahead. Meanwhile, N is preparing to blow up the gas station using the nitro ammo, but he tells his team they won't make it on time. He then instructs them that they don't need to be there in person to complete the task, but the nitro ammo must be injected into the station to trigger the explosion. In a shocking move, N captures Alex's wife and children. Meanwhile, Gautier is thrilled after killing Fred, thinking he will get more money. However, disaster strikes when the brakes on his car fail, causing it to fall off a mountain. Clara and Alex, believing Fred is dead, are relieved when they hear his voice. They rescue him, and as they head into the town, Alex is horrified to find that and is holding his wife and children at gunpoint, and warns Alex that in 5 minutes, the gas station will blow up, and if Alex doesn't drive the truck filled with nitro ammo to the station, his family will be killed. Just as N finishes speaking, Fred shoots him from behind and starts driving the car. Clara tries to stop him, but Fred insists, "I'm sorry," and drives the truck straight into the gas station. The impact causes the entire gas station to explode, while the nearby station's wall is spared. Thanks to Fred's sacrifice, many people in the village are saved. In this way, movie ends here. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more interesting movie recaps.